I think we're up.
Okay, perfect. Here's the good part about what we're doing. This is not live, so we can
Okay.
stop and start over anytime you want. Like if you're like, oh, I don't like that answer, or whatever.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
awesomeness. Okay, and so I'll just go ahead and get started. So start with the toughest question I'm going to ask
Okay.
you. Can you give me your name, rank, and tell me your hometown?
Yes. My name is Sergeant Rosa Quintero, and I'm from Austin, Texas. And I'm currently
And
stationed at Camp Leatherneck, Afghanistan.
awesome. Okay, so what part of Austin did you grow up in?
At South Austin.
Okay,
Near
where'd you
William
go to high school?
Cannon. Crockett High School.
Awesome. Okay, and talk a little bit. Okay, so Crockett High School. What's the mascot there?
It's the Cougars.
Okay, go Cougars.
Yes,
Okay.
go Cougs.
Okay, and talk to me a little bit about your job in the Marine Corps.
I'm an administrative clerk. I specifically do awards for the military. So we basically make sure that Marines are eligible and ready to deploy. We ensure that their training is up to date before they come out here. We also monitor their pay and audit their service record books just to ensure that their families are taken care of back home so that they're not worried about anything while they're out here.
And talk to me a little bit about what it means to you to have a job like that and to be deployed at Camp Leatherneck.
Well, it's really exciting to meet a lot of different people out here and to interact with different services of the United States Armed Forces. You meet a lot of different people and learn a little bit about their jobs. Just yesterday, I learned how to insert an IV into a patient. Our Navy chief, she actually sat us and our Marines down and she taught us how to insert the IV, and she was just walking us through it. So you get to learn a lot of other jobs, not just the one that you signed up for.
And talk a little bit about, what was going through your head as that was happening. Did you ever imagine getting the chance to do that based on your MOS, which wouldn't necessarily, give you that opportunity?
No, I never thought that I would be inserting an IV in someone's arm or much less carry a weapon around or, just do the human resource job out here in the military, all the way out in Afghanistan. I never thought I would do that, but I'm here and we're doing it, and it's all to accomplish the mission. So.
And how long have you been deployed?
Well, we just got out here. I've only been out here for a month.
Okay, and what unit are you with?
I'm with 1MHG. We're part of the 1 Marine Expeditionary Force headquarters group.
Ah, you're out of Camp Pendleton, California, right?
Yes, we're out of Camp Pendleton when we're back in the rear.
I know you all well. I was a military reporter in San Diego for a little bit, so I used to stomp all over
Nice weather.
Camp Pendleton.
Yes.
Okay, so talk a little bit about why you joined the Marine Corps.
Well, I didn't want to get too old to never have the opportunity to join the Marine Corps, but the real reason why I joined is because I wasn't born in the United States. So I was raised in Texas, and I wanted to give back to the United States because it's been really good to my family and it's gotten me a lot of opportunities. So I wanted to do something patriotic for this country.
Oh my gosh. And what did your family say when you told them that you were going to join the Marine Corps, and for that reason?
Well, they knew. My mom, she knew that I wanted to join the military. My husband, I think, was a little bit taken back, but he was okay with it. He's really supportive. He's prior service Army, so we're both patriotic, and they were very supportive, and they just encouraged me, and they just said, as long as it was what I wanted, that I should go out and do it.
What was it like
they're
when you...
They're very proud.
I'm sure that they are. What was it like when you made it to recruit training and you were getting your Eagle Globe and Anchor? Talk about what that moment felt like for you.
Well, it's all part of the tradition. You don't sleep the whole day before because you go through the training, you go through the crucible, and it's 24 hours of just exercises and training, and you go out there and put all the things that you learned for the past 3 months, you put them into use into this culminating event, and it was pretty amazing. I actually had my drill instructor at that time. She was a Sergeant Ariano at that time. She gave me my Eagle Globe and Anchor. And it was really neat because I respected her a lot, and I was becoming a Marine at that moment. So it was really nice to receive my Eagle Globe and Anchor from her.
Awesome. And what was it like, knowing that you're standing on the parade deck and having your family out there, your husband and your mom and your dad and whoever else was there? What was it like?
I knew that they were proud at that moment. I knew that my mom was probably crying, and I knew my husband was really proud because he'd felt the same thing when he graduated his school for the Army. So I was very happy for them. I was very happy for the opportunity that I was getting, and it was really cold that morning, so I was also cold.
And where is your husband? Is he back here in Austin?
He is, actually. He transfers back and forth when his job allows him to transfer to Texas and back to California whenever, I'm away, like when I was training or whenever we got stationed at Camp Pendleton, and then now he's back at Texas.
And what's his name?
His name is Gabriel.
And talk to me a little bit about what it's like to have Gabriel's support.
Well, he is very proud of me. He's always telling me that he just knew that I could do it and that I could do a really good job. So he encourages me all the time. Like when I have any questions, especially at the beginning, whenever, questions about my gear or anything, he's prior service, and he's, obviously he's a male, so he was teaching me all about my gear. He helped me put it together before we came out here, and it's just nice to be able to share that with him because he understands exactly what I'm going through. He was also deployed before, so he knows the situation, and it's easy to have his support.
That's pretty cool. Do you think it makes it easier at all for your mom and your dad and the rest of your family, knowing that he kind of understands what you went through and kind of having him back home, kind of maybe holding your hands through your first deployment?
Yes, it definitely does. He actually stays with my mom at the moment because it's just them. It's my mom, my sister, and him, and I think they all feel really close, just knowing that they all know me and they all, get a little part of me, and when I call, I can talk to all three of them, and yeah, it's just really nice. I think they have each other's support as well, which is really important whenever, you have somebody that's not there.
And talk a little bit about, and obviously this is your first deployment, yes?
It is, yes.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about your first impressions of Camp Leatherneck when you got there, because I know it can be an overwhelming experience.
Well, it was really dusty. I think that was the biggest thing for me. The difference that I noticed really quick was all the dust in my mouth, and it was very cold here. So, coming from Southern California, being stationed there, it was definitely a huge change. But it's nice here. There's my coworkers are here, and it's good here.
And talk a little bit about what are some of the things that you miss most about Austin?
I miss going to the campus. I studied at UT, so I miss being, just downtown and seeing the campus lit up whenever the Longhorns win. I miss going to all the hole-in-the-wall places that we used to go out to eat at, and Running Town Lake, and just the weather. Even though it gets pretty hot during the summer, I do miss the weather. I miss the people. It's very friendly people there. So I tell everybody that Texas is the greatest state, that it's actually a country, and that they should all come move there.
Well, you're in good company in the Marine Corps, because my understanding is there are lots of Texans who are Marines. True?
Awesome. Awesome. Yes.
So, now you are part of headquarters group, so that means you're going to be in Afghanistan for a year, correct?
Correct, yes.
So, I'm thinking maybe your conditioning to the heat here, particularly last summer in Texas, might prepare you for an Afghanistan summer. I said, I'm thinking since you're used to the heat,
yes,
that might prepare you for an Afghanistan summer. What if people kind of told you about that?
That it's really hot. They've said that it's very hot here. I'm used to, we get to like 105, 104, but anything other than that, I think it's going to be new for me. But, we have long sleeves and everything, so I think we'll be fine. And we'll be fine. We'll make it out here.
And finally, talk to me a little bit about, you talked about, you missed the hole-in-the-wall places and being at the UT campus. I always like to ask people, what's like your favorite food that you miss, like your mom's home cooking or something?
Yes, my mom made me tortillas on the weekends when I would go home to visit, so I miss eating guacamole with tortillas. My mom makes the best Mexican food, so I'm kind of jealous that my husband's getting to eat that right now while I'm not there.
Hopefully he won't, take pictures and send them to you and rub it in. That would be mean.
He probably is.
Okay, and finally, is there anything that you would like to say to your family or to the rest of the United States about the work that you do, why you feel it's so important for you to be exactly where you are right now?
Well, I'm privileged to be here instead of anybody else. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to come out here and to work alongside every other branch of the military. I've gotten to know a lot of people now, and we're all doing what we're supposed to be doing at this moment. And I know that every single family member of anybody who's deployed is very proud and patriotic right now, and it's good. It's good here, and I know it's good in America, so we're all good.
Awesome. And, do you want to mention names of family members back here? We know about Gabriel. Anybody else that you're giving a specific shout-out to?
Yes. To my mom. I love my mom. La quiero mucho. My sister, hook 'em horns. She's currently at UT as well, so I just have to throw in the horns. My brother. I love my brother and all my family and my friends who have been very, very supportive and stay in touch with me and make me feel loved away from home.
And is your brother older or younger?
My brother's older than me, actually.
So talk to me a little bit about what it's like for him to see his little sister doing something, pretty big deal.
I think he's proud. I think he's very proud of me. Definitely. He always told me, like, you think you're so tough and all this stuff, and I think it turned out to be true. So I hope that I'm making him proud, and he told me I am. So I'm happy that we have a good relationship.
Very cool, and I bet he knows he can't beat you up.
That's right. No.
Awesome. Well, that kind of wraps up my time with you. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that we haven't chatted about yet?
I just wanted to say thank you to all my family and the Jacks. They've been a special part of my life, and they've been good to our family, and they're part of the reason why I'm here, because they always believed in me. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all of them out there. My husband specifically, he's been really supportive through this whole experience of mine, and I'm glad that we're being able to do this.
That is pretty cool. So, one follow-up question. You mentioned that you had spent some time at UT. Now, did you leave UT to enlist?
No, I graduated from UT. I went there for 4.5 years, and then after that, I enlisted later. You enlisted later.
And so what was it, when did you know that, okay, that's it, I'm going to go do this?
I just didn't want to get too old, and I was already going to be 23, and I figured, I wanted to know if I could go through boot camp, and I didn't want my body to get too old because I thought the physical part was, the biggest thing in the Marine Corps, but it's really not. It's a little bit of everything. So I kind of threw myself out there, and it ended up pretty good.
That's really cool. And talk to me a little bit about why you chose to go the enlisted route rather than go through, come in as an officer.
Okay, I wasn't a U.S. citizen when I enlisted in the Marine Corps, so obviously if you're not a citizen, you can't become an officer. Mm-hmm. But I'm a naturalized citizen now. I became a citizen in the summer of 2010, so I do have that opportunity available to me, and my chain of command has been very persistent on me, trying to go the officer route, and they encourage me a lot. So it's really nice, but I enjoy working with the enlisted members, and I think this deployment is going to help me decide what I'm going to do as far as staying enlisted or going officer.
Very cool. Okay, and you enlisted when?
In October 2009.
October 2009. Cool. So I want to make sure I have all my dates right. And so now, knowing that you are a Longhorn, I'm going to give you an opportunity to give a proper shout out to the Longhorns, before you go.
All right, hook 'em horns. I just did.
Oh, awesome. Well,
I hooked them. I had to.
There you go. You got it. I didn't want you to get in trouble with all the Horns fans,
Okay.
Well, Sergeant, thank you so much for your time and being with us. Thank you for your service. I appreciate what you're doing, particularly for the patriotic reason that you're doing it. We all thank you back here, and we're all very proud of you, and we look forward to staying in touch with you throughout your deployment, so hopefully you'll do that.
Sounds good.
Awesome, and you have a great day, and tell all of the technical crew back there thank you so much for the help.
I'll tell them thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Have a good night. Bye-bye.